So this is the skills assessment exercise spreadsheet. The purpose of this is for you to assess your skill level and your interest level in 8 core competencies for user experience practitioners. This is adapted from 2 books, and of course it's not all-encompassing, but the idea is just for it to serve as a starting point for reflection and facilitate conversation with you and your mentor. So how it works is we have this first sheet, which is the skill assessment matrix. And so the idea is for you to rate both your competency level as well as your interest within the different design competencies. And so there's 8 competencies: user needs research, usability evaluation, information architecture, et cetera. And for those competencies, we've broken out different behaviors that might be associated with those competencies. So if you have knowledge of user needs research, you might be able to identify the potential users of a system, or analyze qualitative data from a field visit. And so we'd like you to rate yourself on your skill level, from 1 being where you have no knowledge of this competence or this idea, to where you're basically an expert, so you could develop new ways of applying this competence as well as supervise other people. So that's the competency rating, and so we'd like you to do that in column C. And so if you go ahead and do that in the white spaces, you'll notice that then this gray area for user needs research, this is an average of all of your different ratings. Same thing for your interest level, from 1 being you're not interested at all now or in the future, to you're highly interested in learning more about it, and maybe it's your top priority at the moment. So if you go through and rate all of those for the different levels, so whatever you self-assess yourself to be, and I'm just filling these out for demonstration. So once you go through and evaluate all the different areas, you should go to the next sheet, the My Skills overview, which you should not edit because it's populating based on all of your inputs here in these white spaces. So if you go over to that sheet, then you'll see 2 visualizations. So there's the skill level for UX competencies, and then there's also your interest level for the different competencies. And so how it works is these are basically taken from that skills matrix, and this is averaging all of your different inputs for the different behaviors for those 8 different competencies. So for instance, a user researcher might look something like this, where you have a pretty high level of skill for usability evaluation and user research needs, but maybe not so much in technical writing or visual design. And we even at the bottom have an example profile of what that might look like for a junior researcher. Additionally, for a product designer, you'd have more interaction design, visual design, and prototyping. So then additionally, for your interest level, you could see, well, I'm not really interested in learning more about technical writing, but I would really like to improve my usability evaluation skills. So this is just a way to review and then start a conversation with your mentor about your interests, your current abilities, and where you'd like to potentially improve. And so this is all detailed in the instructions, and we also have some ways to use this assessment. So